How to Be an Alien by George Mikes. Part 2, Chapter 22, Civil Servants. English civil servants are very different from European civil servants. In Europe, but not in Scandinavian countries, civil servants seem to think that they are soldiers. They shout and give you orders. When they speak, you hear the sound of guns. They cannot lose wars, so they lose their papers instead. They think the most important thing in the world is to make more jobs for more civil servants. A few difficult people, who are not civil servants, make life hard for them. They ask too many questions or they have terrible problems. European civil servants know what to do to these difficult people. They make them wait in cold and dirty waiting rooms. They make them stand up all the time and they shout at them in a rude way if a difficult person asks for something. The civil servant always smiles happily and says no. Sometimes European civil servants play with this clever little game. A difficult person goes to a civil servant's office on the third floor and asks a question. "I don't know," the civil servant says. "Go and ask the civil servant in the office on the fifth floor." The difficult person goes to the office on the first floor and asks the question again. "I don't know," the civil servant on the first floor says. "Go to the office on the second floor." The difficult person goes to the office on the second floor and asks the question again. "Go to the third floor," the civil servant on the second floor says. So the difficult person goes back to the office on the third floor and speaks to the same civil servant in the same office again. "But I told you to go to the first floor," the first civil servant shouts. The difficult person goes to the first floor and another civil servant sends him back to the second floor. Round and round and round. European civil servants play this game all day until the difficult person is tired and goes home or goes mad and asks someone to take him to a hospital for mad people. If this happens, the civil servant says, "Not here. Go to the office on the second floor." Soon the difficult person doesn't want to go to hospital and goes home. But in England, civil servants are different. They do not think that they are soldiers. They think that they are businessmen. They are polite and kind and always smile and say yes when somebody asks a question. So everybody leaves British civil servants in their offices and they are able to spend all day quietly reading murder stories. Why, you ask? Do difficult people in British leave British civil servants in their offices without asking them to do any work? I will tell you. First, British civil servants write and speak a language that nobody understands. Second, civil servants never decide anything. They say that they will think about something or think about it again. Third, you can never find a British civil servant. Their job is to help people, but if you try to find a civil servant, in fact, he is never there. He is out on business, he is out for lunch, he is somewhere having tea, or he is just out. Some civil servants are clever. They go for tea before they come back from lunch. British civil servants are always polite. Before the war, British civil servants ordered an alien to leave the country. He asked to stay a few more weeks, but they told him no. He had to leave. He stayed, and short time later he got this letter. Dear Sir, we are very sorry to tell you that the government has looked through all your papers again and has decided that you cannot stay in this country. We are terribly sorry to tell you that you must leave in the next 24 hours. If you do not, we will have to make you leave. Your servant. In Europe, rich and important people have friends, cousins and brothers that they know who are civil servants and who help them to get everything that they want. In England, if your friends and family are civil servants, they do nothing for you. This is the beautiful thing about England.